Thank you, Lionel, for the introduction. So first, hello, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here and also very honored, of course, as a first woman in this role of EPMA president, and I'm very eager to start new activities to support the industry and the research in powder metallurgy at large. I've been involved in this field since now over 30 years, starting with Erasteel and now at Aubert & Duval, where I am the market director for metal powders in France. And I have also been involved in EPMA since quite long. I first attended a European event in 2006, so soon 20 years. And I have been the initiator of two groups in the association, the EuroHIP group in 2009, and then the EuroAM group in 2013. And I am also the co-author of two booklets, Introduction to HIP and AM technologies, out of the 7 which were introduced. So always eager to learn and also discover and promote powder metallurgy at large. So I would like to start first with a small poll to see who is attending the event for the first time. If you can stand up, the newcomers. Thank you. So I propose we applaud the newcomers and we support them in the event. We see it's not that many newcomers. An estimate of 10% was provided by Lionel. We have to do something about it, and this is one of my ambitions for EPMA as president, to develop activities to encourage wider participation to the events.
Some say that golf was invented in Scotland. Today it is reinvented with additive manufacturing. Discover many other powder metallurgy uses at EuroPM in Glasgow.
So this is a short introduction video for newcomers and all to let you discover all the uses and the possibilities of powder metallurgy. By coincidence, there is one presentation today, later in the afternoon, on golf application of powder metallurgy. So if you are curious. And I believe you can aim high with powder metallurgy. It's a lot of new applications we are being developed, in particular in the field of space. So now I'm going to address quickly the business trends in powder metallurgy. Starting first with the user industries. As you are aware, the wide range of technologies is used in a number of industries. So transportation is a key part, automotive and land transportation more generally, aerospace, marine are using powder metallurgy technologies. Energy sector is also a key area for powder metallurgy with oil and gas, nuclear, but also renewable and more recent battery activities. SMR, and so on. And there are also many other applications like tooling, medical, defense, microelectronics construction, which are driving the growth of powder metallurgy. So I will start just looking at automotive first. The trend has been down in the recent past. Unfortunately, in Europe, you can see on the left the passenger car production, so which decreased in 24 versus 23, affecting some sectors of powder metallurgy. And the first half is not so bright either. Above you can see the decrease of car registration as well versus first half 2024. A big trend which is still continuing is electrification. As you can see in the graph on the right, hybrid and battery electric vehicles now account for above 50% of car registration in Europe. So the trend goes on. Aerospace has a more positive development. So on the right, you can see the recovery of air passenger traffic. Now back or even above the levels of before COVID. In the orders of commercial aircraft of Airbus and Boeing, as you can see on the bar chart, so there was a big surge after the COVID stop. 24 was lower than 23, but we can see in 25 first half the trend is positive, with, which should be above 24, and the backlog, as you can see, is quite impressive, and which will fuel the demand of some PM parts. Another sector is energy. It has been a bit down, but here you can see also on the right the trends between source of energy regarding European production, with increase of the share of renewables as expected. And small data on the crude oil prices, which has varied in the past, and which is an important factor in particular for HIP parts. So now let's have a look at the metal powder statistics. As a consequence of the drop in some sectors like automotive, there was a drop in the overall consumption, in particular due to, and production, I mean, due to the automotive negative trend. So it decreased by 2% to 211,000 tons in 2024. And part of these metal powders are used for PM parts. You can see the split by technology on the graph, and the decrease has been even higher by close to 6% in 24. If we look at PM part statistics, on the left you have the share in tons, but more important in my eyes is the share in value by technology of PM parts. And if you can read the bottom line of the table, I don't know if it's big enough, you can see a contrasted evolution for the different technologies in values, with some segments being affected by the drop in demand, and some segments, on the contrary, like HIP, additive, in particular, still growing this year. Now let's look at press and sinter, the latest statistics. So, as mentioned previously, it was affected by the drop in automotive in particular, and the estimate is that it decreased by 4.9% in 24. If we look at hard materials, there was also a decrease by 7%, unfortunately, because it suffered from several user sectors slowdown, and by value, the diamond tool sector was more affected than the hard metal carbide sector. If we look at the MIM, the trend was a little bit down. So, if we look at the statistic of user industries and PM technologies, we see the current situation is contrasted. But I believe, and so we have the hot isostatic pressing, sorry, which is more up by 3.7% in 24, with an overall more future positive outlook from different sectors, as you can see in the graph here, with aerospace or oil and gas as well being drivers for the growth. Then we have additive manufacturing. So on the right, you see the latest statistics from AM Power, which is a partner of EPMA for statistics. And you see the growth of So there was a slight decrease globally in the metal side of additive manufacturing, but if we look at the future outlook, there is still a big growth expected with a double digit in the next 5 years. And if we speak about metal powders, there has been a growth unlike for the machines, because in the machines now there are machines with a bigger capacity and more machines are used for production, and so this is driving the growth of the powder consumption. So beyond the short-term trend ups and downs of the industry, I believe we have to consider more the long-term with EPMA. And our industry, and in particular the mega trends which will affect or be an opportunity for our technologies. So I would mention in particular green energy, carbon neutral strategies and circular economy, next generation of mobility. This applies for road transportation, but also aero transportation. The issues of a fracturing world and sovereignty, as we are aware with the current geopolitical context, and also the digital transformation and artificial intelligence. I'm very convinced that behind these trends, this is an opportunity for powder metallurgy. And in all this field, innovation will play a major role. And we see now developments which are very important for advanced powder technologies and material to solve these mega trends. To succeed and in innovation, a key point for me will be education as well. And in this field of innovation, sorry, I forgot to mention it, we are launching a new EPMA roadmap for the next 10 years, and we will soon release a survey, so we'll be glad if you can support the survey by answering it as an input to the new roadmap. And so the last point I wanted to highlight, which will be critical for the is education, sorry, for to sustain innovation. And in this field, I wanted to remind a number of activities which have been carried out since the creation of EPMA. So here you can see, they were mentioned earlier, the summer school, the intro to booklets, the European project, the sessions PM for Beginners, Young Engineers Days at European, and generally speaking, all European events and seminars organized by EPMA are opportunities to learn in the field of powder metallurgy. And there is a lot of new technologies and new materials. And what I would like to introduce as a president of EPMA is now also an initiative regarding micro-learning. And micro-learning is aiming at releasing short video animations on social medias, such as LinkedIn or YouTube. And it is targeting users in industry, students, young engineers, using the power of artificial intelligence tools. So I'm going to show you an example. Here we have released 4 videos in total in August on LinkedIn. I don't know if you have seen them, showing which technologies, uses, materials are available at European. And I wanted to explain this was done very simply with a brainstorming of a few human brains and the use of artificial intelligence video tools. In a few minutes, it's free basically, you get quite amazing videos. And this has an impact on the visibility of EPMA. Here you can see the statistics of impressions on LinkedIn, and the 4 peaks you see are precisely the dates when these videos were released. So we want to use this power of using artificial intelligence, video tools, to promote better and educate and raise the awareness of powder metallurgy. As a first example, I'm going now to release a first educational video that will be released soon on LinkedIn.
This is where I was born, in the burning heart of a metallic world. My mother once told me I passed through a great tube, torn apart by a violent jet. Thrown into the void, I fell freely, slowly cooling down, alone in the great atomization tower. And then I saw them, my metallic sisters and brothers. Born like me, each with her own shape, size, and spirit. That day I realized I wasn't just a particle, I was a piece of the future. Now let's get to work.
So today, I'm very pleased to announce the birth of PODI. And I hope you will be curious to follow the life and adventures of PODI. That will be a helpful character to explain all the PM technologies, the uses, the materials in a friendly and modern way. Hopefully to increase awareness, the interest for PM technologies, which I believe is critical for our community. So as a conclusion, I have 3 key priorities as president of EPMA. Is indeed to support all actions that enable and encourage innovation, develop new ways to educate so as to strengthen the current activities regarding education, and above all, make sure we can engage the community. I believe it is important that all of us support EPMA activities, and we will need in particular volunteers for the creation of the educational videos. They are not aimed at providing explanations in details of the technologies, but just to explain the concepts which are needed to understand by the users so that they have the first level of interest and awareness for PM, and hopefully we can rejuvenate the participants in EPMA event for the future, thanks to these new tools, and have more women as well. Thank you.